In this video, I am going to show you how to create a podcast LeadFlow form for an episode. So we're going to go to Manage Episodes, and I'm first going to add a new episode manually. So I call it test episode, and this is a test, and I'm going to put an audio URL. Prepare some links here. So here I have the MP3, and I also have the image like this, and then I'm just going to leave the publish date. I'm going to click save. So this adds the episode. So this is my test episode. So the first thing you want to do is you want to add the transcript. So at the time of this recording, you have to add the transcript yourself. We will have a feature where you can automatically generate the transcript from here. So I'm going to click on add transcript, and I am going to paste the transcript of the episode. Okay, so you just paste your transcript right here. You click save. When you do that, you see that there is a button suggestions that appears. And when you click on that, Podcast LeadFlow is going to analyze, with the help of AI, your episode, and it's going to create a hook, 3 questions for the form, and the prompt. Here we go. So we have the hook, the 3 questions, and the prompt. Now we're going to be able to edit all of these, but as a starting point, we're going to start with that. So I'm going to close the window, and you can see that we have a bunch of buttons that have appeared. So it has created a page for the episode. It has also created a thank you page. So first we're going to view the page that got created, and you can see that it's very simple by default. It has the image, it has the episode we can actually play. There is a player. It has the hook and the form. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to edit the page because we want to edit the form. So whether you're going to use the page that Podcast LeadFlow creates to share the episode and build your leads, or you want to embed the form on a different website, you need to edit the page so that you can make the changes that you need on the form. So I'm not going to touch this here, but you can see that there is an editor where you can add text, paragraphs, and things like that. But what I want to look at is the form right here. So I'm going to click in the form, and you can see that it opens a window on the right. The first thing that I can do is, so if I click on the first question, you can see that I can actually change the question if I want to. I can mark it as required or not. I can change it to a text area, big like this, or just a text, right, which is a smaller, or even a radio button. Okay, you can put a placeholder if you want to. You can change some colors, right? So you have your 3 questions here. My recommendation is that you don't touch anything, not the questions, not the prompt, and you just run it and test it and see the output you get. Then you can go back, change the questions, change the prompt. What I do want to show you here is in terms of the look and the copy. So for the button, for example, let's just see the hook here. Answer to see if a membership model could transform your expertise. I'm just going to edit this because I don't want to see. No. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to center this first. And for the button, I don't want to say submit. I want to say something more significant. So I'm going to say send me my customized plan. Okay. And I want to center the button. And you might want to change colors, right? So I'm just going to come up with a color like this, something like that. I don't want a border here. I do want the color of the button to be white. Just want to make sure this is there. I'm not going to touch this. Now the pieces that are really important. The thank you page. So you can have the thank you page be the page that podcast LeadFlow hosts, right? It's just a page you can edit and add any copy. Or you can use an external link. If you have a thank you page somewhere on a website that you own, you can also make that change right here. This is basically the link to the page where people will be redirected once they filled out the form, okay? A very important piece here is the information about the email that is being sent by the form, okay? So once Podcast LeadFlow creates that form, when people fill out the form, Podcast LeadFlow is going to send them an email, right, with the customized response based on the context of what they shared in the question. So the first thing that you can change is the name of who it comes from. So by default, it's Natalie because it's in the settings. In the default setting, I had that the subject would be, here is your personalized plan. So I'm just going to leave that. You can add a footer. So I'm going to say PS, hit reply and tell me what comes up for you. I'm just putting something there, right? You could also have a link here. And you'll see in the email that is sent that it will be in the PS section, right? What you can as well is make sure that the person that fills out the form is added to your CRM. So you could click yes here. I don't have any CRM added here, but if you had one, you'd be able to select a tag or something like that. So I'm just going to say no, but that's where you would add the CRM. Then here, very important, is where you're going to also set up if you want to be sent a notification. So I like to have it sent to, actually it's not CC, it's notification. So every time somebody fills out the form, this email is notified. But there is also a CC email. So that means that when the lead fills out the form to get their unique magnet, you can also be CC'd, right? So I'm going to leave Gmail here, right? So that means that you're on the email as well, and you have an opportunity to continue the conversation with the lead, right? As you're getting the email as well. Once this is done, I'm just going to hit publish. And now my form is ready to go. So if I look on view the page, this is the page and you can see it has my changes. So of course you can change a lot of things, colors and things like that, right? But I want to show you the full flow. So here you have the option of using the version that is hosted by Podcast LeadFlow. So that would be the link that you share. So let's fill out the form. Does your audience have an ongoing problem they are willing to pay monthly to solve? Yes, they do. They want to consistently grow their membership and learn about the strategies that are working at the moment, right? So remember, we are not touching the questions here, but later on, depending on the output, we can come back and refine them. You can also remove the questions. You can add more questions. Are you personally excited to lead or facilitate? Yes, it has been my dream to create a safe space for business owners looking to build a membership community. Okay. How could you design a membership that's truly a win-win, valuable for members, sustainable for you, and a sellable asset? I could create, let's just say I don't know, right? Because the episode probably shares one way, but maybe the person hasn't listened fully to the episode or they don't know how it applies to them. So it's important that they give us that context so that AI can give them some feedback on that. Then I'm going to enter my name. Enter Emile plus test 20. Okay, so that's my lead filling out the form. So when I do that and I click send me my customized plan, it is going to send me to the default thank you page, right? So we can edit this one. You can add image, video, a button for people to book a call, get on a waiting list, whatever that is, right? So it's usually, we're going to get the email like within the minute. It's like really fast. Just going to pause, get the email, and then put a screenshot here so you can see what they get. Okay, so here is a screenshot of the email that we got. So it says, hi Nad, from your answers, it's clear that your audience wants to consistently grow their membership and learn about the strategies that are working at the moment, why this works, personalized plan. Step 1, immediate action. Reach out to 3-5 of your best fit audience member and ask one question. Step 2, about 2-3 win-win elements. Step 3, use Natalie's calculator. It even gives you the link to the calculator, right? So that must be the calculator that I share in the episode, right? Next move, take step 1 today and reply with what your audience says so we can refine your idea together. Looking forward to our chat. P.S. Hit reply and tell me what comes up for you, right? So this is what AI came up with without me doing anything, right? Without me tweaking the prompt or tweaking the questions, okay? So once we have that, we have a starting point, right? So now we can go back and edit the page. We can look at the questions and maybe we want to refine the questions, right? Maybe we want to add a new question, so you can just drag and drop a new questions right here, right? You could say, how much of a priority is a membership for you, right? And I could make it text area or just text, right? And make it required, something like that. And AI is automatically going to pull that questions and just add it to the knowledge of AI, okay? So that's basically how you create the form. Once you're happy with it, you hit publish. So you can edit the thank you page if you want to use it, right? Otherwise, if you have another URL, I showed you on the page where you could change the thank you page to an external URL, right? If you don't want to host the podcast LeadFlow on the podcast LeadFlow website, if you want to host it on a WordPress site or a site that allows embed of iframes, then you just can click here on copy embed. And here you can choose if you want to hide the page title and hide the player. So if you're embedding it on a page that already has the player, for example, then you definitely want to hide the player and the page title. Then you can use the editor of your page to basically add any other copy that you want, okay? What we recommend is that on this page, you really use it as a landing page, like a lead magnet, where the only thing that they can do is fill out the form, okay? That's how you're going to get the best conversions, okay? So you just copy this embed code and then you can paste it on any page that accepts, iframes and embeds. And that is basically it. Once you've done that, then you can start looking at some stats right here. You'll see your visits to the form. You'll see the visits to the thank you. And then here you'll see your conversions.